Yo, it's Real 92.3, Bootleg Kev, DJ Head. We got our guy Trippie Red in the motherfucking building, man.
Ooh.
It's going to be a very high and elevated interview, ladies and gentlemen. So Trippie, new album's coming out, man. New album comes out tonight, correct? Yeah, tonight at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, you got the game on the album, tapping in on the West Coast. You already know, I know you're super tapped in out here.
Of course.
Being on a record with someone like the game, who's obviously one of the greats, do you feel any sort of pressure to like step up the bars, or do you just do you and let him come to your world?
I did me and let him come to my world, of course. He was amazing though. He came and stepped into my little world. You know what I'm saying? He gave bars, but at the same time, he was like melodic with it too, kinda a little bit. Not really. He's that West Coast, that you want.
I feel like you've grown as an artist over the last 2 or 3 years since you've been in the spotlight. Where do you think like the major growth with this project is? Is it the content? Is it just the music overall? How do you
It's
feel?
sonically and the music overall. I just feel like the project itself. Ooh, look, zoom in on that. Nah, but look, the project itself is like, it's just amazing. It's like an upgrade from what I've previously done, like as far as like a love letter to you 3 or like life's a trip. So it's a vibe.
I think you know what's crazy is the first time we talked, I remember telling you like, because I feel like we talked like 2017, and there was that huge, plethora of the SoundCloud guys that were starting to come up, and I remember saying like you and X were different, like you guys, it's not as much about the antics, at that point in time, but you know what? I ain't gonna lie, 2018, man. I'm a fan of your music. I think you're a talented guy. But you was on the antic shit tough, bro. The internet shit was wilding for you in 2018.
Yeah.
Lately, I've noticed you've kind of kicked back. Was that something that like, I mean, you're always going to talk your shit because you got personality and shit, but I'm saying like 2018 was crazy. Like I remember every time I'd see something online, it'd be some Trippie Red shit. I'm like, man, he's better than this. Like, cause
Exactly.
you're a real artist.
I am better than it, but at the end of the day, all publicity is good, regardless if it's bad or good. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, though, like I grew up, I'm mature. Like,
No, for
I'm
sure.
definitely maturing as a man.
I've noticed the difference, bro.
Yeah, I stay away from certain stuff. Like I don't really care for stuff no more. I just try to do me and be the amazing artist I am. That's what I was doing at first, anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. The first time I ever
I
saw,
just wanted people to feel me. Really,
the first time I actually ever saw you with my own eyes, I was backstage at the Day and Night Festival when you got into that tussle. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, this was like early. I feel like Day and Night Festival. You were like, obviously, you were buzzing, but you weren't like a star yet.
right?
But you was definitely running around wilding out in that era. Like, was there a certain situation that transpired or something that happened that made you like decide, like, you know what, like
I mean,
I gotta move maybe a little
technically, I
different?
was definitely a star because Love Scars, I mean, that song is just like, that song's out of here.
I feel like you're borderline like a household name among hip hop fans now. Back then, you weren't.
I wasn't, but at the same time, it's like I had the breakthrough song and the project.
No, for sure.
It was definitely like people was on my ass. Like they wanted to know everything about me. It was like kind of like everybody wanted to get to know me or whatever. But that guy got to know me for sure. For sure.
He did.
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie TF Third, man. Shout out to Long Beach. Anyway, shout out to the boy Eric LaRock who just popped in with the camera. Yo, on the album, Playboy Cardi's on the project. I know Game's on the project. Who else do you have on the project?
I got Coyle Ray, I got Lil Duke and Lil Baby. And I'm actually gonna do a deluxe, and it's gonna be like 7, 8 songs. So, yeah, so it's gonna drop like 2, 3 weeks,
Later.
4 at the latest.
That's like a whole nother EP on top of the album.
It is the album. It's just what I continue to do while
That's
I already
fire.
had a set list
I
going.
can fuck with that.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, I went overseas, I recorded some things, so it's gonna have something from that. And then when I got back, it was like I'm back in the studio again. So it's more like upbeat than the shit that I really put out with this album. This album is really like sonically crazy. Like it's on some. You got to hear what I'm saying.
You and Scott Storch got together. Shout out Avedon last year. Got a gold plaque out of that. I believe it might have been a platinum plaque.
Taking a walk.
Yeah. Who's on the? Is you got any more music
I think
with
it's both.
Storch?
I think it's gold and platinum.
Oh well, shit! Congrats. But production wise, I mean, obviously tapping in with Scott Storch he's a legend, man. Shout out to Steve Lobel. But did he get to tap in with you on this project at all?
Um, I don't I don't think one of his beats is on my new project. Really, I was I was working with like these underground dudes. This dude named Hamad Beats. He produced Under Enemy Arms.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and he produced a song with the game too.
Oh, fire. Under Enemy Arms. Obviously, the video stirring up shit. I think you won this 6ix9ine thing, in the long run.
Why a competition?
Why? But I'm saying you guys had a very hilarious rivalry. I mean, it was like all time best troll shit, like between the both of you. But why still, like, obviously why even still go at the dude? Like, you know, you got a future in this game. You really don't.
Because I said something in the beginning and it came true. So when it came true, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just end it right here. Like,
yeah, because there wasn't. I feel like there was.
I knew it was gonna happen. I already told everybody.
You were telling everybody the whole time.
Been open to the shit, but they wasn't. I mean, it was a lot of people that really stood their ground, but now everybody know. Now everybody was like, "Damn, Trippie was right," and it's just like, I know.
During that time, there was definitely a stretch where it felt like, you know, 6ix9ine was hotter than you at the time.
Not even.
I mean, there was a time where the 6ix9ine was one of the hottest dudes in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I remember that video that came
Never
out.
hotter than me though. My streams are crazy out this world.
There was that festival you were performing at, and the crowd had yelled something to you, and you looked back. It went super viral. You know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Where you had the grin.
Right.
Yeah. Like, was there ever a point in time where you were like where you thought it was like serious enough for where it would turn into something? Because you guys were both on the same like label, low key. A lot of people don't know that.
It was the same shit. I mean, just because my YouTube videos don't do what his YouTube videos do, my streams is still up to par with his.
And to be fair, your music was extremely, you know, on another level. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the melodic shit and actually making real music.
Of course, like real music sells at the end of the day. But nah, I just wanted to make it clear. Hell nah, wasn't nobody doing better than me ever.
Yo, everybody's making these top 50 MC lists, which are going kind of crazy. There was that ridiculous one that had Joe Budden at number 3. You saw that? By the way, fam, you just laughed like Money Mike from next Friday. I'd like to point out. That was the Money Mike laugh. Shout out Cat Williams.
Yo, they had so many people down low on that list. Like Lil Wayne should have been number 3. Like what?
So that's what I'm gonna ask you. Give me your 5. Fuck the 50 because we ain't got time for all that. Give me 5.
I mean, you gotta have Tupac, you gotta have Biggie, you gotta have Jay, you gotta have Wayne, and you gotta have Kendrick.
I respect that 5. I think that's a surprising 5 because I feel like a lot of people who don't really tap in with your shit and know you really can actually rap.
I would say Nas 6.
Nas 6.
I'd say J. Cole 7. 8. Oh no, it's getting tricky now.
Yeah. Once you get to that 10 spot, it's like,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like Busta Rhymes, I felt like he definitely deserved to be on that list.
Busta's fire.
His flows was crazy. But sure, he was on some real like rapping type stuff.
So were you listening to that kind of shit as a kid, like the Nas and the Biggie shit? Because, you know, obviously the age difference is crazy. So like, how did you get tapped in with the older shit?
I mean, my family.
They put you on.
Hell yeah. I mean, I live with them, so anything they listen to, I gotta listen to too.
What's the relationship like with Wayne, man? Because I know you guys have gotten in before. I feel like
Mac Main out here now. They was just talking about getting in the studio this week.
You've definitely been on a lot of crazy hooks over the last year. I thought you should have kept that Tory record for the record.
It was supposed to be on Life's a Trip, but
that shit
Tory was at the studio with me that day, and I was just like, bro, I really got this song for you. Like, hop on this shit. And then he hopped on it, and then he was like, I need it.
I was gonna ask you how do you
ass.
decide like who to give the hot shit to and what shit to keep?
I mean, anytime the other artist is gonna ask me to keep the song, I'm gonna give him the song just because like I'd rather you be more stoked about the song than me, honestly. Because it's just rare for me to go through that process. I usually just feature people on my shit. I mean, I feature on a few people things, but not really. So like when X was like, "Fuck love, yo, I need that for the album." Like, hell yeah, nigga.
Legendary moment.
All right, let's do it. And then Tory, of course, when he said, "Hell yeah," like if Travis wanted Dark Knight demo, I would have gave him Dark Knight demo, but ultimately I didn't.
Yo, Dark Knight Gummo, classic.
Demo, nigga.
Dumbo, my bad. I just had I had gumbo for dinner 2 nights ago. But talk about that record, a classic record. Live, I've seen you perform it live a couple of times, bro, and that record is something special live. It's fucking nuts. What was the process of the recording of that record? Was that something you already had on deck, or were you in the studio with Travis on that? Like, how did that happen?
I made
email
that
and shit
in the studio by myself. I had Honorable Cino pull up, and we just did a few records. That was when I did, and then Travis had hit me. He wanted something for me to send to him, so I sent him that.
So you sent it over.
Then we linked up, and I was supposed to do some shit for him, but we ended up doing something that night, and then I just never ended up linking with him again on that note. On the tour.
Your pen game is crazy. Have you gotten into writing for other artists yet?
I mean, yeah, but not really. Like, I'll help my friends or something do that shit, but I ain't really like wrote for nobody. I can though. I could. I would make something crazy for somebody else. But me personally, I just try to freestyle everything.
That's crazy.
Just write it in my head in the studio.
Just punch in.
Yeah.
Fire.
Sometimes I don't even gotta do that.
That's crazy. Where do you think this album of yours that's coming out tomorrow, where does it rank amongst your discography, man?
It's the best one yet.
Best
like
one
every
yet.
other album I dropped, I felt like A Love Letter to You 3 was better than Life's a Trip. I felt like Life's a Trip was better than A Love Letter to You 2. I felt like A Love Letter to You 2 was better than A Love Letter to You 1. Shit.
It's lit, so it's the best album.
Of course, any project I put out, I'm gonna say is better than the last.
This year, what's your favorite album of the year? That's not your own shit, obviously.
I don't have one.
You don't have one?
Nah.
Okay.
My album.
Your album.
Yeah.
That's the easy answer. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Anybody from the home city that you want to shout out? I know I just linked up.
Shout out MGK.
Shout out MGK. Yo, the record Candy's hard.
Oh yeah. His album was actually
his
fire.
album extremely slept on.
To me.
So just MGK.
Yeah,
right.
I love MGK.
Yeah, nah. What that shooting that video with Pete Davidson? Explain that, because that video was crazy.
We just was getting high as fuck in New York.
Pete Davidson is a vibe. I feel like on his own, man.
Hell yeah, he's a vibe for sure. He's a cool person. I actually liked him.
Would you ever consider you and MGK doing like a joint little EP or something like that together?
Yeah, we talked about it.
That'd be crazy for the state, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy. Well, yo, Trippie Redd. I don't know what's the single off the album. Do we know, Brittany?
Everything's a single.
What do you have clean?
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna send you
Exclamation mark is a pop song.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
clean.
Or
that's probably the cleanest.
you got the game record?
I'll get it for you. I'll send it to you for your new one.
Yeah, because we can make it the joint today. All right, well, listen. Trippie Redd, we got 2 segments on the show we're going to knock out real quick. One of them is called The Hated 8, and so that is where listeners call in and hate on shit. Sometimes it could be their baby daddy for cheating, or it could be McDonald's for not giving you enough sauce with your nuggets.
Right.
You know, it don't got to be nothing super serious. So, Trippie Redd, celebrity edition of The Hated 8, man. His new album is out right now. Go get that shit. And, of course, we got to know, bro, what are you hating on?
I'm not a hater, but to be honest, I'm hating on these weed pens. I mean, everybody make it seem like these motherfuckers so fire. It's like they get you high, they cool, but it's not the equivalent to a blunt, bro. Like, it's not. I don't care what nobody say. Like, the market where I'm from is like, the pens is going crazy. Like,
oh, for sure.
I don't care about the pens. I want the pounds, nigga. Like, I'm trying to smoke. I want the actual flower to blow.
So you're hating on the everyone smoking pens as opposed to the actual flower now.
Yeah, like, you feel me? I'ma always be on my flower, you know what I'm saying? But the pens, man, like, I'm smoking one now, but hey, it's only because this is a non-smoking environment.
Fair enough. Hey, that's why they come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because you can sneak smoke.
You can fly it in the plane, you know what I'm saying? All that. Yo, I'm going to let you introduce for the new joint of the day, man. Plug the album and introduce something off the album for us, bro. You can pick fucking the record with Game.
All right, we finna get into exclamation mark from my album exclamation mark. You know what I'm saying? Big 14, Trippie Red, TR 666. Let's get it.
Let's go. It's real 92.3.